Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to another stream. Yep, it is still technically Monday, so we're not too late. We're not too late. Today's stream, look, I feel bad, alright? Just straight up, 0 to hero, it will be happening. But not today, I'm doing something else. First of all, because I said that I was going to start looking at the guild hall stuff again. And I spent some, but then we ran out of influence, like majorly, or favor, majorly. So we need more. So we're gonna do some spud clubbing. But while we do some spud clubbing, we're gonna check out some more Who's Talking, which is something we beta tested before. And as the title of the stream says, you guys can actually win. I'm pretty sure they're precursors. Now, the guy in chat at the moment, Restless, who says he's prepared for bed, and then I started streaming. Yeah, sorry it's late, dude. We are doing it, though. Hopefully, Restless can provide the link for us to check it out. But basically, if you come in, everybody watching the stream, you are absolutely welcome to come to check it out. Do some missions with us. Do it with the Who's Talking beta on. Let him test some stuffs out. And basically, you can have a chance of winning some sweet weapons. So, yeah. Not here anymore. Oh my goodness. Also, in the meantime, just while that gets set up, check it out. I got diamond last night. Oh yeah. It was pretty easy, to be honest with you guys. I'm not lying to you when I say that I seem to do worse on streams than I do off streams. It's very much true. Sorry, just drinking some sparkling raspberry and blackberry water from Morrison's. Flavored spring water. Yeah, so, if you have a look at my win-losses. Victory. This defeat here was really annoying because I feel like I carried hard and we lost. And before this, there was another loss. And then before this, there were like 4 or 5 victories. So it's just one huge win spree, straight up into diamond and beyond, actually. About 3 games before the end here. I'd got match made. This is kind of the dream scenario. I got match made, luckily, in solo queue with 2 allies, random guys. And I guess they noticed me playing well or something, or they liked what I was doing on fire and so on. And they're like, oh man, this guy's really good. So they were like, hey, do you want to queue up together? And I was on my last win before diamond, okay? I was here in Ruby. So basically, if I won because I was on a win streak, I would get diamond. But if I lost, I'd be 3 games away from diamond. So it was quite a scary game getting there. So I was like, do you know what? These 2, I've just won 2 games in a row with. They've been really comfortable wins. I'll go for it. So I actually then started trio queuing. They were a duo queue, and they just randomly picked me up while we were playing. That was somewhere around here, and then we just won all these games in a row. Just easy peasy. On a random, casual, pick-up trio queue. Very similar to how random arenas transitioning into team arenas felt back in Guild Wars 1. And yeah, it was just easy stuff. Same build the whole way that you've been seeing on the streams, the Torment build. Got much better at winning 1v1s. Still need to... I still got a long way to go learning how to double mower and stuff like that. But, yeah. Got diamond for this this time. Dare I go legendary, I guess is on some of your minds now. Considering the season doesn't end until April 18th, there's plenty of time. So who knows? Maybe legendary is in my sight. It would be cool. It would be cool to get the title. It would be cool to get those 25 thingies so that I can have the full set of certificates of support. But yeah. All right. So, bit of a reminder for everyone. We are doing Who's Talking. We are doing some guild missions. That means you can come in TS with me. I'm going to be an antisocial bastard and probably not talk in TS because I'd rather talk on the stream and be entertaining and keep the stream chat rolling. So that's totally okay. But basically, it's an Overwolf app. Do I even still have Overwolf installed? I don't have Overwolf installed. All right. So we got some installations to do here. But hey, we'll figure it out as we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some guild stuff while we're at it. So I don't think Spud Club did anything just yet. They did a bounty. Okay. Well, we can trek it up as well. So, and this will be the first Spud Club thing we've done in a while. So, number 1, if you're watching, if you want to join in with us, guys, you want to join the Spud Club, okay? Which is still surprisingly full. But if I go to last online, it's been ages since I've kicked and done a big invite. There will be lots of people capable to kick here. 4 weeks, this guy hasn't been online for a month. Bye-bye. This guy hasn't been online for a month. Bye-bye. This guy hasn't been online for a month. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So we'll just kick these guys that never contributed. Or don't really play anymore. These are what we call flakes. Spud Club's been really interesting, actually, just to see how short the attention span of a regular MMO player is. Because you really do see the majority of people do not last long. Do not before they quit, before they put the game down, before they haven't played for weeks at a time. Now, these people aren't necessarily people who have quit. But that guy's username, when he messaged me, he was like, "Can I join?" I was like, "What is your account name, bro?" And he was like, "Oh, I sent in a transfer. I don't know why it's still showing that. I'm sorry." And I was like, "It's okay, fine. I believe that you won't troll or anything." There's a wooden potatoes guy in the guild list. Not 4 months, not online. Insta kick. Yeah. All right. So just whisper me in game, just as Finrod Elisar did, and I'll get you into Spud Club. And then when you're in Spud Club, we'll do missions together, and we have TS. And if you get in TS with all of us, on stream you can appear, and we'll see if the Who's Talking beta works. So basically, if you do missions with me on this stream and you get in TS with Who's Talking, you've got a chance of winning some prizes. So let's have a look at these prizes, shall we? Let's see. Who's Talking beta testing guides. Let me just check this. Firefox. Well, that's pretty awful, right? Monitor 3. There we go. All right, that's my background at least. Oh, by the way, this is pretty cool. This is a map of Earth without any of its oceans on it. It's pretty badass. All right, but here we go. Who's testing? Who's talking? Sorry. Welcome, beta testers. Thank you that you're interested in participating in the beta. This is what we're doing. The page should contain all the information we need. The goal of the beta, Who's Talking is grown into a big complex project. Just so that you guys know, Who's Talking is the idea that if you're in TeamSpeak with your friends and Who's Talking's on, when you're talking in TeamSpeak, it throws a marker above your head so that you can see who it is. We did beta test it on a previous stream and it went kind of disastrously or kind of very well, depending on your view of how a beta works. So we're doing our best to test it thoroughly, but there's only a limit they can do with 2 developers. On the other hand, we don't want to throw software with big flaws out there, so they want to do a beta test right before the big release. We did one, they ironed out a bunch of stuff, and now we're back to do another one, okay? So you want to get Overwolf first, alright? I'm literally going to install it right here with you guys, okay? So on the page that Restless is spamming in chat, which hopefully you guys are doing, following, you want to do that. So once you've got that, hold on, let me install it while we're looking in game for a second here. Overwolf installer. I agree, install. Hopefully I don't have to restart Guild Wars 2 for this, because it's going to be a pain in the arse if I have to reinstall Guild Wars 2 for this. Keep the messages coming in game, guys, if you want to get into the Spud Club as well. I'm not really getting any messages, so it's a bit sad. I'll let people know in chat, actually. Actually, hold on. Let me log off of my Mesmer so that people recognize me better. Wooden potatoes. Okay, so Overwolf is now installed. Close down Firefox. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have done that, really, should I? Well, let's see. Hope you guys are all doing good, by the way. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope you're all relaxed. Having fun. Late tonight, late this evening. We're actually about to have a video go live as well, and that's my guide for the second encounter in Raid 2. Oh, okay, I have to restart Guild Wars 2 apparently. Damn it. Wow. Alright, let's go to the big potato then, shall we? If it's even set up, I don't know whether it is. Oh god. Oh no, it's not! Big potato, what happened? Hold on, guys. There we go, big potato. And then the backgrounds. Twitch stuff, media for overlays. There. There we go. That works. Alright, guys. Sup. Let me turn down the Heart of Thorns music as well, just in case it's a little bit loud for all of you. Alright, let's restart Guild Wars 2 now then. Oh my god, Phaeton just messaged me. An old guy I used to PvP with. Which is weird, actually. I had his phone number on my old phone, and it was just kind of there. Skip sign up for now. And I literally just a couple of days ago got a new phone. And I was going through all my contacts, manually transferring them across, and I saw his contact on my phone. I was like, why have I still got this guy's number? And I only just deleted his number off of my mobile phone, and he just messaged me in-game. That's crazy. What music, you're saying? Oh, there should be a bit of Heart of Thorns music moving in the background. The dun, 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 you know, like... You guys know what I mean. I've got a serious problem since I reinstalled my PC that it takes about 1 million years to turn on Guild Wars 2 now, though. So that sucks. Not quite sure why. I looked away. What's this about a map of Earth, Sands, Oceans? It's just, I think it was from a 1950 article or something. And it was just kind of one of those early looks at Earth through bathyspheres of what, I think that's where it is anyway. Of the terrain of the planet if there was no water, because it's quite interesting. So you can see like the underwater mountain ranges and so on. It's actually kind of cool. I was reading about an interesting concept. There's in the middle of the Atlantic, there's basically a mountain range along one of the tectonic fault lines. I actually did a video about tectonics and stuff that's in the Patreon drive at the moment, which is pretty cool. That now we're somehow talking about it again. Anyway, there's basically a mountain range, except it exists beneath the sea, so we never see it. And so people were discussing if there was a point at any moment in Earth's past where enough water had frozen such that the sea level got so low, those mountains actually came out. And thus you would see, you know, dry land between, significant dry land, island chains between Africa and South America. But that never happened. Or Northern America and Europe. I have an issue, WP. I set Guild Wars 2 to Windows 8 compatibility mode. Really? See, I've had that issue with a couple of things. The thing is with the compatibility mode, I rely on putting Guild Wars 2 to Windows Vista Service Pack 2 compatibility mode. Because there's a bug with the Guild Wars games. Maybe you guys don't know this because you might only use windowed full screen. But if you use full screen exclusive, when you hit a loading screen, you might get some flicker on your loading screen where it almost looks like the game's alt-tabbed away and then alt-tabbed back in. If you guys have ever seen that, what that does is that can mess up stuff like Fraps, DxStory, capture software in many situations. Oh, it says high CPU usage. Hopefully we're okay. And what you want to do is, if you want to fix that, you set it to Vista Compatibility Pack 2. So, I wonder if I now have to compete between which ones I want. Anyway, Guild Wars 2 in game. We got Overwolf here now, as you guys can see. Alright. And now that we've got Overwolf, we can get who's talking. So let's show you guys the web page again. If you guys want invites to the guild, to do guild streams, to do guild missions, to participate in this giveaway, to get yourself some precursors, just send me a message in game. Hopefully we can get the people for it. Let's see. I don't even know if it's pre's. Alright, there we go. I just asked the guildies to come along to the stream. Man, I'm thirsty. Yeah, Dumac said Guild Wars 1 does the loading screen thing too. You're right. That's where I first learned about it. Alright. So, once you got Overwolf, which we got here. Just it only took a second or two. It took me a bit longer just to restart Guild Wars 2. Okay, once you got Overwolf, you just get Who's Talking, I guess, the current version of Who's Talking. Save the file. Then we go back into the game. Once we've got it, we go back to in-game. We open Overwolf. We go to options. We go to support, development options. You got packages here. Why is this still installed for me? This is so weird. Elvish Bloodskin. I think this is like an Oblivion thing or something. I really don't know. Anyway, and then from packages, you go install extension. Hold on, let me try and find this here. Hold on, I don't know what's gonna appear. 1 second, guys. Let's have a look here. Install extension. It was downloads, wasn't it? That it would have saved to. Downloads. Who's Talking? There you go. Yeah. All right, and then you just select that and hit OK. Right, back in game. Oh wow, now it's not showing it. Yes. Okay, and then back in game. Oh, geez, Louise. We should now have Who's Talking. No. Oh, why is this so complicated? Do we have Who's Talking now? Support, development options. Packages. Alright, Who's Talking? Launch. Just refreshed a buttload of things. Well, yeah, but it's not here now. Why did this seem so basic and easy to do before? WP hide in the pawn. No pawn. Yeah, you got it. Just hit the big Overwolf bubble in the pop-out menu. What, that one? More apps. Ah! Okay. Oh, yeah, now Who's Talking's here. Okay, cool. All right, so we got it running, right? So once it's here, you see this little thing on my screen, guys? This is Who's Talking. And then what we do is we right-click it, apparently, and have it weirdly broken such that I can't see all the options. That's a good start, right? Oh, God. Why? What did I do? What have I done wrong here? Oh, there you go. Double-clicking it seems to... Oh, that's weird. So there's like a little box that it can't do anything in. I wonder if this is because this is the 1080p screen. This is totally because I'm 1440p. That's really interesting. You see where this is cut off, alright? This is because this is 1920 by 1080 here. 1920 by 1080. It's only a small part of my screen because I play at 1440. So, like, it's just weird. I wonder how many Overwolf apps do that. That's a bug straight away. But yeah. Alright, anyway, so once we're in here, okay, it will automatically turn on whenever we like. If we go appearance, we can pick an icon for ourselves. We are currently playing a warrior, so we'll pick warrior. Or we can just say my character's profession icon, I guess. Oh, we can even upload new icons. Is that a new feature? I think that's a new feature. We didn't see that before. And then we can pick a nice color. We can go like, you know, like orange. An opacity. That's fine. Then we can go decide when to send our position while talking. Always. We can try. Performance. Limit FPS to 60, I guess. Server whitelist. Now this I think we're supposed to leave. I think before we messed about with the server whitelist and it totally didn't work. So that was pretty bad. Apparently, if I tab out and tab back in, it'll adjust the resolution to what it should be. No, didn't work. All right. So we ignore that, and then advanced, detailed logging, which I don't think we want. All right, there you go, and that's it. And then you don't click exit. I think that turns it off. You just click that again to close the little menu. All right. So then you just put that somewhere you're comfortable. I quite like it up here. It's like it's another one of those little icons up there. Get rid of that. And then we can ignore it. Oh, and then overall shows frame rate, which we don't want. So we can just go settings, FPS, turn off FPS. I don't know why they have that on by default, but it's frustrating. There you go. So now, as you guys can see, we're just basically playing the game, right? There's no weird, crazy UI. There's a little thing available for us to see. Installation wasn't that crazy. And you just kind of run around and play the game. However, now... Oh, that's the guy that I was... Oh, no, it's not. No, never mind. Now, as we just run around, we should find that if we're in TS with people, their icons appear and conversations appear. So, I'm going to go to the guild hall, guys. The Spud Club guild hall. If you want to test this with me, meet me there. Now, Spud Club does actually have its own TS. If I can actually remember the damn address. Because Wax isn't here at the moment. To be eligible to win prizes, you get the app and beta test it here, and then submit a feedback report about the app. Do I have any bookmarks set up? No, I don't. Damn. What was our TeamSpeak again? I'm wondering if anyone remembers our TeamSpeak address, because I certainly don't. Man, that is a cool anvil. Alright, thanks. I'm not sure what this app is, though. I just tuned in. People are spamming links about what it is. TS3 guildhall2efficiency.com we can log into? Yeah, it was a room in efficiency. Okay, so yeah, what people are talking about in chat, guys, that's our that's our thing. We've got a room. So go to TeamSpeak, Guildhall2 efficiency.
Connected.
Ooh, connected. And then go down to Spud. And I guess
Channel
nerds.
switched.
Nerds. We're in one of the
Insufficient permissions.
in the Spud Club thing. Okay? So hopefully then hopefully people come and join me here. I'm alone in it at the moment. People want invites to the guild, that's fine. Guild invite. And now what we'll do is we'll just play the game, guys. Can you have an invite? Can you have an invite? Yes. Can you have an invite? And we're gonna do guild missions, guys. So come join us in TS. Run who's talking. As you can see here, now that I'm in TeamSpeak, it's giving me the little warrior icon above my head. Still a little bit choppy, but it's okay, I guess.
User joined your channel.
We're on EU at the moment. Is it playing TeamSpeak noises to all you guys? Because that would be pretty lame. Playback. At least we got one person with us right now.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Oh god. We're going to get user joined your channel spam. Volume mixer. There we go. Okay. Alright. So let's see if it works. Let's see while we run around if we see anyone else with icons above their head. That's the idea. And from now on it will just be kind of a regular stream. So what we're going to do, guys, is now that all of that's set up, if you guys get in TS, feel free obviously to chat with each other. You know, make conversation. I know it's hard. We'll start this trek first though. The Drowned Plaza, that looks like Abaddon. Restless Footings. Oh, that's funny, Restless. Anthem's Hold. Carl's. Oh god, I'm gonna see. That's me. Oh, Keg Brawl Watch. Easy peasy. We all know where Keg Brawl Watch is. Map is closing in 5 minutes. That's great. Okay, let's go to my... Oh, I didn't want to go on my Mesmer. I do hear the TS information. Yeah. It's the Spud Club channel. We've currently got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people in it. And as long as they start talking to each other, we should be alright. So, with who's talking, you can do 2 things. Number 1, you can set to have the icon always broadcasting to everyone, which is what I currently have. So, it's showing my class, alright? Or, what we can do is we can have it set such that... let's just play on my main. Or, you can have it set so that it only broadcasts while you are talking in TeamSpeak. So, it's up to you. If you can't watch the stream, then you can change the stream quality settings. So here's how we swap now to an Elementalist, and the Elementalist icon has appeared above my head. It is a real shame about the juddering, because I think if that was smoother, it would be so much more impressive as an app. You know, like it can be pretty smooth. I guess it's a question of ping. But as it jolts to update. And, you know, it turns off when we go on the map and stuff. Alright. It's very impressive. I'm just as impressed by this as I once upon a time was. Okay, so I'm going to rep Spud here. And let's go do our trek. So, K-Brawl watch. And we should be good. And I'll finish this drink off. I've actually found myself doing something kind of weird, guys. I found myself getting very cold fizzy water. And a very hot cup of something as well. Like coffee or tea, basically. That's what I've been drinking. And somehow I find the two really complement each other. Like I'll down one and then the other, and it's nice. No toxic Shyvana. No, don't get it before I can get there. No, oh god, wait. Must race to point so that I'm not losing out. Ah, made it. I think. Yes, made it. Woo! Ah, okay, good. All right, next. So for those that don't know, let's take it right back to basics, shall we? We're currently doing a guild mission. It's a trek. The idea is we've got a time limit to find all of these weird, interesting places. So this is Rata 10 Portico. So Rata 10 is a place in Mount Maelstrom, as you can see here, at Criterion Canyon. So what we want to do is... Oh, man, I can't... Nah, it's going to be so cool when I can, like, play quests and stuff in, like, Criterion Canyon and all these special little places. So what we want to do is get all of them as fast as possible. When you get the first one as a personal player, you get a mini reward for yourself, like the slivers, rares, gold, and a commendation. Commendations are used for special purchases. So you get that. But then also, if you get all of them, the whole guild gets a buff, which allows you to keep building upgrades for your guild hall and so on. Wax says, I'm tired. Why do you insist on your stream schedule? I insist. We do it 4 times a week. And even if it's 11:30 at night, we still get it in there somehow. Alright? I had other priorities today. I had to do the Guild Wars 2 video first. I had to. I mean, you can't blame me for that. Everyone's been waiting for it. So I'm guessing if I was the devs and I was going to put a guild trek thingy anywhere. Yeah, if you guys want to join, just keep sending me invites and I'll keep throwing them at you. I'm guessing if I was the devs, I would put it up here at this cool, like, secret little area over here. But I guess I'm wrong. This does seem a bit smoother right now. See, what a perfect place! Has it already been captured? I don't know. You're kind of in competition with your friends on these, because if someone else gets there first, then you miss it. No, Rata 10 Portico. See, that screenshot looks more like a Metrica province place than anything else. Oh, yeah, I'll create a squad as well. Yeah, sorry, a guild mission squad. Oh, God. The game just lagged out hard there. That's kind of weird. There you go. I'll create a squad. So you guys can join on. It's open join. Just type /squad join LYS. In fact... There you go. Oh my god, we still have the text on there that says just get a level 5 character. That's hilarious. No, you don't need a level 5 character. It's fine. There we go. Let's move that down, shall we? Beautiful. Beautiful. Running into a wall. That's a paddling. Yeah, you can whisper me if you want to get in. Carrie's hotspot was found. Huh. Is that also on this map then somewhere? Oh, what? No, it's right here. Oh, I'm a moron. Okay. Well, there we go. Lovely. And hopefully we'll find people running around with us throughout these guild missions who are in this TS and talking to each other. And hopefully people are talking. We were conversational before, guys. Can you get an invite? Just whisper me in game. I'm not gonna bother fucking about with, you know, account names and numbers. Oh my god, my ears. The overlay is so explosive at the moment. Linky90, welcome. Welcome, 7 months. Jesus. I can't believe it. In 5 months, I would have been streaming for a year. Do you know how short a year feels to me these days? Compared to like when you were at school, a year of school, like it felt like it would take so long to get from like year 10 to year 11 or you know year 5 to year 6 or something. It would take so long to go through to your next year of school. And now it's like I feel like I only just started streaming. I feel like streaming is super recent. It's more of an experiment still than anything else. The Brand Strike Dig, and it looks like a place for... Oh, that's totally the jumping puzzle, right? I still feel like it's only just started happening, and yet 5 months, it will be a year. Hell, if you think about a school year, with all the holidays they get, you know, the long-ass summer holidays and stuff. Well, mate, do you get 5 months worth of time off from a school? You get like half terms and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a competition as long as people are close. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. Can I get a guild invite? Yes, you can, Dr. Watt. Welcome, welcome. By joining the guild, guys, there's really no requirements you do anything. If you do decide you want to donate, you want to give a little bit of money, you want to help support the stream, the guild a little, and the stream, I suppose, I'll rank you up, and then you're not liable to getting kicked, because obviously we are maxed out on members, basically. And when we fill up, I kick the most inactive people. But otherwise, don't worry too much. Have fun. Don't be an asshole. That will also get you kicked, I guess. But yeah, just chill with us. And it's a good way to get missions each week. Well, there's reset. What happens if you're in the middle of a guild mission right as missions reset goes? What happens there? Also, where is the thing here? It's down here, yeah, in this little crack. This is a cool room here. I like this. Yeah, we're on EU. We're on EU today, but you can do a squad for both. In fact, the way we did missions before, when they used to appear on the stream quite a lot, was we'd usually have both going on. Yeah, welcome, guys. Let's get some more in TS. We got now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. What I quite like about the Who's Talking app right now is it's put its icon above the squad icon, so they don't interfere with each other, which is pretty nice. That might be a little bit of feedback you guys want to steal from me. Throw into your thing and, you know, get some sweet prizes. Actually, let's talk about those sweet prizes. I knew I was forgetting something. Here, check this out. All right, guys. So, look. Sweet prizes. Who's Talking automatically generates logs that can help us track down bugs. If you run into any issues, then these logs, along a detailed description of the issue, are a valuable source of information. To view the log folder, paste the following line into the Windows Explorer address bar. Okay? Every run of Who's Talking can produce multiple log files. So check the creation dates of files to determine which files are relevant. Please create a .zip file and send the logs to blah, 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 blah. To increase performance, only a very small part of all the messages is saved by default. When you report an issue and we come back to you to narrow it down further, we'll probably ask you to enable detailed login, which you can find in the advanced settings, which I showed earlier off in the stream. It's very important that before you enable detailed login, you apply a logging filter. Otherwise, it's likely that the logging will heavily slow down your PC, blah, blah, blah. Rewards! So thanks for participating. We're raffling off 3 Black Lion Trading Company weapon skins. Okay, not precursors, my bad. But still, each winner receives either a weapon from the Improvised, the Gallant, or the Dwayner's weapon set, and can pick whichever weapon they like from that weapon set. On top of that, they also plan to send a little thank you to all participants, but we'll have to see if that's actually feasible. So all you have to do is just include your Guild Wars 2 account name in when you mail them for some feedback. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then you can get one of these prizes. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the same thing I said last time, all right, that we were looking at this. There are very, very, very few people beta testing this. As far as I can see, currently there are 11 people in the entire world in this TeamSpeak chat who are actually beta testing it, okay? 11 people, all right? What does that mean? That means your odds are pretty high. If you beta test it as well, then you're very likely to actually get one of these prizes. It's not like, you know, any of these other big competitions. It's not like a competition. This isn't me running this. This is Restless in chat running this, okay? This is other people who actually have talent and developing things, okay? This is not a Wooden Potatoes ran competition. So, you know, it's not like you're shoulder to shoulder with loads of other people. You got a good shot at it, all right? I'm being very sincere there. Okay, so we've got all of them except Unseen Scratch, which is actually one of the easier ones, and I'm surprised we don't have yet. There's one person there, Toxic Shivana main again. I'm going to have to drink some coffee before it gets cold. Anyway, by the way, guys, I'm curious what you're doing in game at the moment. I was kind of excited to get Diamond, and it got me thinking last night as well about goals, you know, like what... It's something people always ask me. It got me wondering, like, what am I going for next? Because I got quite excited. I got quite excited when I made that back piece as well that you saw at the start of yesterday's stream. You know, the idea of actually getting the legendary back piece, the idea of getting better gear, that's a great feeling and one I really enjoy, and Guild Wars 2 gives me oh so rarely. It's really nice to think, oh man, yeah, the legendary PvP back piece, I really want that. And I'm just kind of wondering what most of your main goals are at the moment. Like, I feel like there's still a lot people could be doing, but they're getting burned by Heart of Thorns. See, on Reddit the other day, somebody, I'm sure that the comment's been downvoted like mad now. And I feel bad for the person. But basically, I logged into Reddit and I saw, oh, I've got, that did work, right? There you go. Trek completed. Cool. So we'll just go from one trek to the next straight away, all right? So now that that trek's completed, we personally got rewards, and now the guild has received rewards as well, right? It gave us this. Favor. Favor's what I need to keep buying upgrades. So we'll go with the next trek now. Ready? And this one's a hard one, so there's a lot to go for, and we only have 20 minutes. So let's do it, guys. Iron Dock waypoint straight away I'm going to go for. Which I think is... Oh, maybe it's not. Yes, it is. It is. So anyway, I saw this, I log into Reddit, I got an orange little mail up there. I'm like, okay, I'll check this out, I'll see what's going on. And it's a person who's, people are talking about how there's nothing to do in Guild Wars 2. There's this image that's going around at the moment, where someone had once said, hey, this is what I did before Guild Wars 2 came out. I played Dungeons, then when I got bored of Dungeons, I went to Fractals, then when I got bored of Fractals, I went to World vs. World. My PC just locked up like mad. That was really weird. Overwolf seems to be doing that for some reason. I'm not sure how or why. And it was like this cyclical thing. And then there's another version of the image that this person made, which then says, oh, but now dungeons don't exist. Now World vs. World doesn't exist. They still exist, but you get what people are saying. Now this, now this, now this. I distinctly remember struggling with this on a previous stream. Where was it we eventually had to go? Because it was in a really weird place, right? It was like across the river or something. I thoroughly don't remember. It wasn't one of these, was it? Maybe I'll ignore it and see if somebody else wants to get it. Anyway, so there's a thread going on Reddit talking about these two images. And somebody refutes the image. They leave a big wall of text and they're refuting the image and saying, yeah, alright, as if dungeons and fractals aren't the only thing. There are so many goals, blah, blah, blah. And then he mentions me, and this is why my mailbox becomes red. This is why I get that. And he says, look at Wooden Potatoes. Oh, God, tweet deck. Sorry, guys. He says, look at Wooden Potatoes. This guy's a boss. Yeah, you know, he's not legend in PvP yet. He plays so much, and yeah, he's still got this going on. He's still got this going on. He's still got this going on. And anyway, it was a really nice comment, and it was something I like to see. I love seeing people be enthusiastic, and obviously I'm flattered that this person was nice. It's Band Strike Dig again we need to go back to. Somebody's already there, so ignore that one. But, you know, it was a little bit, you know, suck off territory. You know, he was being very, very nice to me. To the point where I think most other people would be like, oh, screw this guy. He's just a Wooden Potatoes fanboy or something. But anyway, that whole thing, me being linked into that, and, you know, within the context of, oh, Wooden Potatoes seems to have it figured out. Wooden Potatoes seems to have lots of goals. Wooden Potatoes knows what's going on, which was basically the sentiment of it. You know, it got me thinking, what are my goals? What am I doing? And then I was further prompted into it when I got Diamond last night. And it's like, okay, I'm going for a legendary back piece. But I don't think I really do have it that sorted out. I don't really think I do know that well what I'm doing. I'm just sort of going in and having a bit of fun each time, but I'm definitely not as dedicated as I once upon a time was. There was a period of time, and I will make it clear here, not the majority of my time playing this game, but there was certainly a period of time where I was really focused every day. I logged in, do a ton of dungeons every day, specifically because I knew I wanted this, then this, then this, then this. This legendary, then the next legendary, then the next legendary, then all the infusions, and then this. Like, it was very clear cut in my mind. This is really weird. I thought this was actually the destination for us, but it wasn't. But I haven't been in that position for a long time. So I wonder, what is your opinions, guys? What are you all doing? Mr. Fluffkin said, hey, it sure has gone a long way from breakfast. No, what are you talking about? I'm drinking coffee. Coffee for breakfast? Who cares if it's midnight? Alright, people want invites. Any chance you could get an invite? If I miss you asking for an invite, please don't be offended. Just ask again. I won't be mad. I won't think you're spamming me. Just go for it, because I just would have missed it because I was running. Could I check who's talking channel I'm on? Open the menu, click status, connected. ts3efficiency.com, share server who's talking smart tech. Channel, blah, blah, CC6AC, is that what you want? Invited by myself, status connected. Where is this guild mission track? Solly1232 says raiding is the only thing keeping me playing. I'm not surprised to hear that. Virulent Combat, says, I never knew you were actually a potato. That's amazing. Well, thank you very much. There's loads to do, says Electro Effect. It's just I find it hard to have fun doing those things, which makes me sad because I do love this game. As someone who plays less than most that are an active part of the community, I have loads to do. I do understand that those that play the game much more than me are at a loss. I do kind of like... Oh, there it is. It's totally next to the boss. I do... Yeah, I can imagine as a new player, right? Like, and it's kind of silly for me to say in the middle of Zero to Hero. But it's kind of exciting, right? Like, as a new player, going absolutely from nothing to getting all the ascended gear, to getting the infusions, to attuning stuff, to getting legendaries, to getting the legendary back. That's quite a progression there. It's slowly building up in Guild Wars. You know? I do think there's endgame. I do think there's a lot to do. I think that the gem store cripples Fashion Wars 2, though. I'll say that much. I don't think I care a lot more about fashion in Guild Wars 1 than I do. Mulberia Prison. Is that the place in Dredgehaunt where we went for the Incinerator collection? Personally, I don't care very much about, you know, getting Volcanus out of the Mystic Forge or whatever, examples like that. I don't care that much about that stuff when the gem store's a thing. And I think that's always hindered the game. Probably hasn't hindered it so bad that it's not worth the crazy amount of money that they won from the gem store, though, so, you know. And that was kind of an odd term for me to use. Or maybe I was thinking of the Demolish post. Let's just see. It's so stupid of a progression that I'm unmotivated to even begin getting infusions. That's a good point as well. Definitely current fractals, let's be honest. Who gives a crap if you have 100 AR right now? Who cares? But there is an exciting thought of getting really high AR, but also not compromising on the little +5 infusions that you get for stats. I do like that. Yeah, it's kind of bad. You can just credit card just about anything through gold, plus more development goes. Gem store skins. You know, one thing I always find kind of funny is ArenaNet are never slow to reassure the community when something isn't taking much effort. Alright? So, for example, raids. Oh, ArenaNet, why do you only do raids? I want other stuff. Please put other stuff in the game. No, guys. It's okay. Raids don't take very long for us, so don't worry. You know, ArenaNet are always quick to give us that. The funny thing is, they've never given us that for the gem store. So, my understanding that... Look how smooth... Oh, that was pretty smooth for a second there. So, what I'm actually thinking, I guess, then, is the gem store... it does take quite a lot to make all of the outfits and to make the weapons and to make all the stuff, yet they don't care and they're going to keep doing it anyway. Maybe that's me reading way too closely, though. The People's Deadlock. The People's Deadlock. That looks like Frostgorge. I would say there does seem to be a little bit of a drag, though, right now. And I'm going for the legendary back piece and weapons. There's absolutely a drag right now. I mean, Heart of Thorns, as small as it is, as small scope as its actual content was, don't forget that age-old comment that they gave us, right? Heart of Thorns was more about, yeah, look, somebody's there already, but I'm going to go anyway, just to give me something to do. A small scope as Heart of Thorns was content-wise, there's that age-old comment that it was about the systems they were putting in place, right? And the systems were the important things. If those systems actually worked, there is, like, a magical, beautiful, perfect world out there where this game is, like, in a totally insane, awesome place. Like, really, let's talk about it for a second. Dungeon nerf doesn't happen. Whether you think that the actual liquid gold nerf itself was the problem or the community kickback was the problem, as I do, is irrelevant, alright? Let's just think of it. A world where the dungeon nerf didn't happen. People are still thoroughly infused with that. There's still a huge... Why does it keep doing that? Why does Overwolf keep freezing my PC out like that? That's weird. And toggling reshade. I don't know why that keeps happening. Is that Overwolf or is that who's talking? I'm not sure. Alright, anyway, that doesn't happen. Dungeons remain a valuable, happy format people enjoy. Yes, they're not being properly supported. That's no news, and it wasn't news a while ago either. But still, you got that. Fractals. The leaderboard, whether people are asking for it or not, a really exciting version of the leaderboard concept actually exists, right? The scaling, the instabilities, all of that stuff works really well. It's replayable. It's not daily Swamp of the Mist. It's actually daily Fractals of the Mist. All that sweet stuff is actually going on. Fractals are huge. Raids. They released Wing 1 with Heart of Thorns. Salvation Pass came out when Wing 1 came out for us in the real world. And just now Wing 3 got released and the entire raid's over and the new raid's done. That happened. ArenaNet's initial plans to have Living World rolling out immediately after Heart of Thorns also came to fruition. So Living World started rolling out straight away. World versus World and their guild integrations into that. The new Borderlands weren't completely hideously terrible. World versus World kept going. Their whole World versus World remake, may I remind you guys, that overhaul was supposed to be in existence before the Heart of Thorns came out, and those maps were just going to support the overhaul. Let's live in the world where that came in. The Heart of Thorns story wasn't, you know, like randomly cut, and the Dragon Stand map never ended up getting, like, oddly broken in the middle. PvP, I think, is basically gone on track, and that's okay. Like, I really don't mind too much. Maybe you can bitch and say, oh, we had a balanced pass before Season 1. The Season 1 issues didn't exist in the first place. There was another big thing. And then the guild systems themselves. Scribing, guild progression, all those numbers, all the way that was valued in the economy and stuff. Gliding's crazy, and that's really cool. Oh, it's over there. I see him. I see him. That all worked out just fine. Can you imagine Heart of Thorns? Right? That perfect little world I just gave you guys, with the guild arenas working and all that shit. Imagine that, alright? So you can't fault ArenaNet for their ideas, because if all of their ideas had actually been executed well, if every one of those little things I just mentioned actually happened, Heart of Thorns would have been a sick expansion. Even though it was small. Even though there weren't that many maps. Even though the story was, you know, a bit shorter. If all of that stuff worked out as they wanted it to, I can tell you, we would have like double the player base we currently do. I don't know what got me ranting about that. Hopefully all of that's in place before the next expansion. I'll say that much. And then the next expansion could just focus on content. Alright, Portmat's Promontory. That's probably the rock cliff above the jumping puzzle, which you used to be able to bug out of using lightning, air attunement underwater, because you could blink out. But since that got fixed, I'm not really interested. I think you can still do it with an experimental rifle instead of doing the maths. Let's try it out, though. Hey, WP, how much playtime do you have? Can you write /age? I've played this character for 5,231 hours, 31 minutes, over the past 1,296 days. Across all characters, I have played for 7,694 hours, over the past 1,297 days. So this is 1 day younger than the account, because my original main character, as some of you guys might remember, is actually my Mesmer. If guild arenas worked and were slightly bigger, there'd be way more old world versus world guilds staying in game. Yeah, because they just hang out there, right, and do their guilds PvPing. Yeah, it's up there. Basically, there is a way, unless this was patched again. Me streaming this probably doesn't help. But essentially, I think it was that. What you could do is just, there's a tiny little rock you could get out of water on. And you could stand there for just ever so slightly. Enough to get your experimental rifle out. Oh, it was here, it was here, it was here. And then you can experimental rifle over there, which I messed up there, but you can do it. You just gotta get the angle right, and you can still skip the mass puzzle. I'll try it with the teleportation gun while our cooldown's on. Why not? Nope. That rant was about the drag that's happening now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I agree. We're in a drag. And it's sad to know for a fact that we don't have to be in a drag. And the reason for the drag is it goes back so far, guys. Why were all of these systems so clunky and like half-baked, right? Why are the systems not perfect on their implementation? Well, first of all, you're never going to get a perfect first time. But why are they not even remotely close to the point where just a couple of patches before Christmas is all necessary to bring them up to scratch? You know, why aren't we in that world? It's because they didn't have very long to do Heart of Thorns. Why didn't they have very long to do Heart of Thorns? Because they left everything too late, fixated on Living World instead. Damn it. You can do this. I promise you can do this. Still no one's up there. How long have we got left on the trek? Please don't fail it, guys. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes to get this. Plus... Oh my god, it's literally just this. It's just this. Come on, guys. EU and NA together. You know, it all ties back to Living World. It all ties back. It ties back to them breaking a comment that they made before launch. And that comment was that they were going to split half expansion, half streaming updates. And then it never happened. That guy almost made it. I just don't remember where you have to aim to get this. Get this just right. Oh, man. Oh, hey, one of them made it. Go! Go! Portmat's promontory was done. Promontory. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. We done? Yay! Nice, everyone. Alright, let's go do our easy opportunity then, which is a race in South Sun. How is that easy? But fine. Alright, to South Sun Cove, guys. Let's do the crab scuttle. I like this, though. I like healing people. WP, can I ask how you did at school when you were young? Just curious. Pretty mediocre. I was pretty lazy. I don't think I'm an inherently stupid man or anything. But I could have succeeded. I could have excelled if I had an idea of where I was going in life. But it's very hard to be enthusiastic about school and about education and about academia and about your grades when you have no idea what they're going towards. Do you see what I mean? I was very disinterested. Looking back, I can tell I was even more disinterested than I realized at the time. And I don't blame myself for being disinterested. Not that I was bad at school or anything. I was like a B to C grade range person, you know. Most of my classes I'd be getting B's and C's. If I wanted an A, I would have to really work for an A, for example. Like, really. Nothing would have come, like, stupidly naturally to me. I didn't have a penchant for remembering facts and just rattling them off. My writing style and communication style and stuff didn't always gel with the way that exams were asking for. So, you know, it would take effort. It would take real concerted effort. But why put in that effort when you don't know where you're going? So yeah, I was like a C to B kind of student. Also, the older I get, the more I realize the grades you give people really don't mean very much. It depends very much on the school you go to and the culture at that school. There are some, you know, rich, poshy schools out there where A's are not so... getting an A is much easier to get because you have much better teachers and much smaller classes and much more support, both psychologically to tackle the work you're being asked of, but also people just deliver information to you and better. And I do very much appreciate that more as well now that I'm older too. When you're at school, you don't realize you have a crappy teacher because, hey, they're just your teachers. You don't have much of a frame of reference. But after you've been to school, after you've done some work-based training, after you've done some apprenticeships, after you've done some higher education like university stuff, after you've been to college, all that kind of stuff, you start to realize the huge range of teaching styles and, you know, I don't want to use the word cultures again, but you get what I mean. And then looking back, I can see, you know, oh, obviously I'm disinterested in this course. This teacher didn't know what they were talking about, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. I have only myself to blame for not succeeding more, but I'm not sad that I didn't succeed more. If you don't know where you want to go, that's more incentive to do better. I wouldn't say that's any incentive at all. You don't know how your grades are going to impact anything you do in your future. You don't know what they're really working towards. You only have vague ideas. You're only doing it because, hey, you've been forced by your parents every day to, and, you know, just the world to be at school until you're out. Why put in the effort? And, you know, I've told people this many times before. I am a very all-or-nothing person, and I have a fairly addictive personality in ways. So when I do get enthusiastic about something, you can bet your ass I'm really enthusiastic about it. But here's the problem. I was never enthusiastic particularly about many subjects at school or academia or getting good grades. That was never where my enthusiasms lied. My enthusiasms were in the latest video game that came out or getting the next rank in goddamn Halo matchmaking or some crap. And so, of course, I end up doing things. I get good at things. I show that I have talent at things, but it's not the talents that schooling is asking for. And I think so many young people fall into that as well. Oh, check it out. Look, 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 look. Restless has got his Who's Talking marker up. And it's his own custom icon. Oh, that's really cool. That's a really interesting thing. Oh, and now it's combined with mine. Oh, and now it's gone again. Why is it flashing? That's odd. So that's why you got so addicted to ecto-gambling. Wow. Dude, I think I ecto-gambled very healthily, alright? Twitch chat can say what it wants. I think we gambled very healthy-wise there. Gambling is a bit of a thing in my family as well, so we have to be careful of it. I think we did really well. He got that through Who's Talking, which is the beta, the software we're beta testing at the moment. Which if you beta test 2, you can enjoy the luxury of a couple of Black Lion trading skins, weapons, a few hundred gold straight in your pocket just for helping these dear people work out an app that could be game changing for the future of Guild Wars 2. Just saying. Yeah. We gambled, we had fun, we didn't come out on top. We were never trying to come out on top. We didn't get hooked in for too much. I actually think the healthiest thing I did with ecto gambling didn't even happen on stream. After we did it on stream, I did ecto gamble once, just in my own time, just while playing the game. I was like, alright, I'll just try it out. Oh my god, I'm sucking so bad at this. Maybe I should just support other people, but I want personal credit as well. Man. I did do it. I did do it. Not for a stream, not for anyone else's entertainment or anything. I just gambled my own money. A stack of ecto and 100 gold. And here's the cool thing. I won that gamble. I won. Not too much money. I won about 100 ecto and 50 gold or something out of it. But I came out on top. Did I go back? Did that then suck me in? No. That's where I was healthy. That's where I was a boss. That's where good old Wooden Potatoes had strength of mind and will. He won the one gamble, and he's never been tempted to go back. Even though it seemed so easy, you know? There you go. Oh god, this sucks. I want to read stream chat, but it's hard to dodge traps and stuff. I'm gonna open Guild Wars 2 to send you some gold for Ectos. Oh god. No, we're not. Oh, no, don't. Honestly, those mails are seriously backlogged at the moment. Seriously backlogged. You know that effort, all that time I spent working out, you know, the new channel stuff? Yeah, that mailbox has been building up since back then, so I really wouldn't. It would be a long time before I can get through. I'll have to do it in quiet in a little while. But I got another 40 floors of the Vire Infinito to grind my way through as well tonight, so. But Kane, I want to read your comment. Oh god. Skill 3? Is that what I want? Skill 2? Is that what I want? Stop, man. This sucks. What am I supposed to do? That's such bollocks, man. For God's sake. Kane said, education's really weird. I'm right on the back end of uni. My course is games design and production with a minor in military philosophy. And now I'm thinking about being a teacher, which 2 years ago I never would have thought about. Crazy. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Why am I still poisoned and dying right now? That was weird. Yeah, I think a lot of people end up becoming teachers and lecturers and so on, get caught in the academic system. I remember someone I cared very much about when I was a lot younger. She was always so sure she wanted to go into medicine. So sure. And then one day she just comes to me and says, oh, no, never mind. I'm going to be a teacher instead. I'm like, what? Where's this come from? I'm furious. What is this? I hate this one. I actually hate this one. I am happy to not get personal credit. As long as the guild gets full credit for it. How many have even gone through so far? One person. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Guys, everyone wait here. Come to the start. Next time you die, wait here. I'm actually already on my healing build because this is what I used to kill Matthias. So, we're going to stay here and we're all going to push through together. We're going to heal each other up. I'm not going to be a crab. Just stay here. And we'll do it this way. Is my main job at the moment streaming and Guild Wars 2 content creation? Sort of. I mean, I sort of earned a living. Hold on. There we go. I sort of earned a living successfully around Heart of Thorns. Right now, I'm sort of teetering on the balance. It's mostly Patreon that keeps me afloat at the moment. And considering I'm hoping to move out after the financial year's over, I hope it will be okay. But yeah, basically that's what's going on. What I worked before this was a very cushy, might I add, IT job, I guess. First, I was tech support. Then I was working at a place where I was actually just a part of an IT solutions company, and I wasn't actually delivering tech support to that company. I was more just a generic employee of them. Then I was working with a group and basically learning to be a programmer. I was learning Java. And then I quit it completely. But it was a huge place with a ridiculous amount of money going through it. And yeah, if I'd kept at that, I would be in a very different place these days. Did somebody host me? What happened? We suddenly got a spike of viewers. Did somebody host me? Did I miss a host? I'm sorry if I did. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was pretty cool. But the commute is what killed me, for sure. 3 hours. Really think about this. 3 hours of every day of your life. Well, 5 days a week. Where you get to do nothing. Sit about with be a smelly man on a smelly train with other smelly people who are nuzzled up into other people's armpits for an hour and a half every day. Think about that. Oh, somebody did host. Thank you. Thank you very much for the host. Oh, really? It was Sub Cutie, was it? Man, this shows how good I am. Hey, WP, nice audio setup. Do you know how much about the kit you use, or did you get advice on it? What do you mean specifically? Do you mean the audio interface? Do you mean the channel strip, the microphone, the software I use? I basically had advice on an awful lot of stuff that I've used. Some Mr. Fluffykin said I do writing on the train for 3 hours a day. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts on the train, specifically the Rooster Teeth podcast. If I ever listened to early Rooster Teeth podcasts from like years ago, it always just immediately snaps me back thinking about getting on the train, thinking about that town I used to go to every time. But yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. All right, here we go. All right, guys. We're going to broadcast 3, 2, 1. Crab it up. All right, and we're going to heal him. We're going to keep him swiftness. Actually, instead of protection, I'm going to give him swiftness. And the fury doesn't matter, but I want to give him the swiftness. Oh, hold on. And we want to go actual aura share instead of cleansing water. Okay. Lots of regen, lots of vigor, perma swiftness. What more could a crab want? Keep together, though, guys. Keep together. We got to get 15 through. I feel like I'm playing Lemmings. It's great. No one even needs heals right now. None of this even gives heals right now, but that's fine. Come on. Oh, that guy's low. It's fine. Oh, that guy. Help him. Oh my god, if he just stopped for a second, he'd be okay. There we go. Overloading. You keep away from my crabs, you stupid Drake. This guy's emoted with me for ages, but he's alright. Yes, look at this. Yeah, I don't care if you pull me in. Keep these crabs safe. Alright, are they all through? Alright. We gotta catch up. We gotta catch up with the, what's a group of crabs called? A scuttle, maybe? People were playing Black Desert while watching. Yeah, that's fair enough. What were you talking about a second ago? Sorry, guys. It's hard for me to maintain conversation. Before we start talking about work. Oh, we were talking about education, I guess, right? Oh, what? Why did that guy leave his crab form? You would have been alright, bro. There you go. See, this is why I want Minstrel's armor. I want Minstrels to just spam out boons and just have huge durations. Besides, you can actually get might coming out on your shouts as well. And I kind of like it as a silly, weird, like, ghetto phalanx kind of style situation. There you go, let's heal them up. We'll overload here. Keep the shocking auras rolling. See, a 2k heal every time I pop an aura is not bad. Especially when the regen's going to push them up even better. Keep them reflecting. Alright, be careful here, guys. Be careful, crabbies. We've only got 15 minutes left to complete this. I can't believe we only have 1 out of 15. Oh my god, how did that guy die? What happened? That guy, I got my eye on him. Oh, what? You got one shot? Damn it. Guild Wars 2 healing in a nutshell right there. People just get friggin' one shot. There you go. Go through. Oh, I feel like I feel great about that. Through here, guy. Dude, come here. That's it. There you go. Yeah, that's right. You can all target me. I can't follow them through that, though, unfortunately. So we need to get moving this way. We need to climb up, I think, or something. Maybe we can't. But yeah, generally speaking, I'd say I did okay at school. I did okay. I didn't do amazingly, but then again, that's because I didn't have the work ethic for it, and I don't blame myself for not having the work ethic. Sometimes I really, you know, usually when I had motivation to do well at school, it wasn't for me. It wasn't based off of my own desires to do well at school. And let me explain that. It's not like, oh, I really want to do this. I really want, like, this career. I really like this subject. I really want to prove myself. I really want this, I really want that. I never felt that. And I think that you're only ever going to really do well in life if you have your own personal reasons for wanting to do well. Why did I want to do well? If I ever wanted to do well, I wanted to do well because people were disappointed I wasn't doing better. Right? That's why I wanted to do better. Because people were telling me I had to do better. Because it wasn't the done thing to, you know, not care. You should care about school. School's important, they would tell you. I don't feel why it's important myself. Why are our crabs up here? This is not where you should be going, bros. The end's over here, isn't it? Oh, do we have to clear this event? Isn't it through the other side there? Oh yeah, I could have rebound on as well. Guys, I'm pretty sure you're right near the end of the course, aren't you? Oh, I just cast the damn thing. Do they want me to kill the nests? Oh my god. South Sun Cove is a mess. Look at this. Look at this. This is disgusting. Alright, there we go. Brilliant. If you want an invite to the guild, just whisper me. I've left my hammock outside and there's a massive thunderstorm outside. Do I risk getting it? Yeah, probably. Dude, I saw a video of a guy driving his car and, like, a tornado blew open his entire garage moments after he reversed out. Scary stuff. The thing with school is that they is any real intensive to do the work or stuff that is interesting. I found that the class I was interested in was the class I had most fun in. Yeah, there's definitely, like, an aspect as well. Like, history is a really interesting thing for me to look back at. Because as an adult, right, I am fucking fascinated by some shit about our past, right? Whether that be modern history, stuff to do with the Cold War, to do with the more recent world wars we've had, conflicts of the 70s through to, like, the 1920s. Or whether that be longer history, all right? History from even further along. Alright, I'm going to escort this one crab. This is what we're doing. We're going to make sure this one guy gets through. We only have a single person who's made it. Go on, bro. You're reflecting. It's fine. I find myself fascinated by that stuff. But I find myself fascinated by it because I kind of... I've spent a little longer on this planet now. And I have more understanding of the way that the modern world works. And what planet Earth of today is like. And because I have a better frame of reference, because I've spent longer interacting with the current world, seeing the differences between today's world and how we got to where we are, and you know, just straight up what was different about back then, that is all infinitely more interesting to me now as an adult than it ever was when I was like 15. And, you know, I was learning just as much stuff in history class as I was about, you know, the modern world. Does that make sense? So history is something that now fascinates me so much more than it ever did when I was younger. And I say that as someone who always did very well in history and very much enjoyed it, even when he was younger. No, wash away the pain, and it didn't hit him. So I think going back into education as an adult, things are very different. It's different when you choose to go somewhere compared to when you just end up there. And when I say that, I don't mean like, you know, some of you might think, oh, it's like uni, you know, everybody cares more at uni. But the thing is, I believe a lot of people just end up at uni as well, right? Like, they don't know what they want to do. Their whole life's been in education. They still have no real idea. They've been told they have to go to get a job, which is absolute bollocks. But all their friends are doing it. They really don't have that much passion. It's not a true reason to go, even though they're going to spend a shit ton of money going. They just end up following the bandwagon and end up at uni. I reckon that sums up a good 75% of everyone who goes to higher education these days. Maybe that's outrageous of me. I don't know. I think that's not too far off the mark though. That's still different to like a 30-year-old going back to uni as a mature student because he finds it interesting. Or because he has true motivation for a career. Oh, see, we're freezing again. What is this? This doesn't happen unless Overwealth's on. See, one thing I am fairly proud of myself of, and we're only going back a few years now, 8, 9 years. I am fairly proud of the fact that I never fell into that trap. I saw it in front of me the whole time, and I didn't want to get into ridiculous debt over something I didn't have that much passion for, and that's why I choose not to pursue it. And I do genuinely believe, whether you're in the United States, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in mainland Europe, whether you're in goddamn South Africa, I do very much believe you do not need a higher education to get a job. All you need is to be able to prove to an employer you have worth. That's all you need to be able to do, and that does not come from a piece of paper. Sure, it can help, but, you know, I'd put it up to 30, 70. Someone who can communicate properly, someone who's genuinely proud of who they are and what they can do, someone who really believes in themselves, that person can find themselves in jobs that they don't deserve to be in easily. And that person can play the employment game far better than anyone with a degree. Two people made it. I'm going to assume that one of them's my crab friend. You're right about people who just ended up there. That's me right now. I'm at this weird crossroads of what I want to do with my life just because I went to college, because I thought it was what I was supposed to do, or I was expected to do. So now I'm out of a bunch of cash for nothing. Dude, I hear that story like a million times. I've my whole life I've been hearing loads of that story. All right, you ready, guys? Go with your flex. Go with your flex. Go. You can do it. You can do it. You got permanent reflex. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. You can reflect them all. Look at that. Look at that magnetic aura. What a boss. Yes. We just doubled the amount of people we've cleared it. All right, we got 7 minutes. Beautiful. Oh, there you go. The event's over as well. Of course, some people do know their way in life. Someone said in chat a second ago that, you know, high schoolers have no idea where they're truly going and they're too young to figure that out. There is something else I very much believe in, though, and that's you don't actually have to know exactly where you're going, because odds are you're never going to get to where exactly you want to go, right? That's just the brutal truth of it. You should never think of, if you're feeling directionless in life, you should never think of it as, oh, and I used to really struggle with this when I was a teenager, when I was a lot younger and stuff. Even in my very, very, very early 20s. I used to think I was some kind of failure, or I didn't really know, you know, because I didn't know exactly what career I wanted to do. I felt like there was a problem with that. There's not actually a problem with that. All you got to do is you can fixate on a certain thing. Astronaut. Boom. I want to be an astronaut, all right? You can know in your heart of hearts you're not good enough to be an astronaut, all right? You can know that. But the point is, you want to be an astronaut for several reasons. You want to be an astronaut because you like space. You want to be an astronaut because, you know, you're inspired by previous astronauts, or hell, it's because you watched the goddamn Martian recently and it's like, oh, this was a cool movie. And I've always liked that. Now, just because you don't end up as an astronaut, that doesn't mean that it wasn't worth going for, because what it's going to do is it's going to get you into education that puts you into that field, right? It's going to get your foot in the field. And by the time you're out of higher education, you're getting offers for different jobs and stuff, and maybe the idea of being an astronaut isn't too interesting to you anymore, but you have found like this, that, and all these other things that suddenly do seem really cool, and then you find yourself happily in a well-paying job, and you're not an astronaut, but it doesn't matter. That's oh, dude, stand with me, don't run too far ahead. So yeah, it's more the idea of it's okay if you don't have a super hardcore idea, because it'll push you on the path. The world is like infinitely more complicated and full of opportunity than you can even comprehend. Like, it really is. Like, there is a company for so many different... Come on, that's it. Stay with me, stay with me. There you go, he's up, he's up, he's up. We'll save our coolies. Give him some swiftness, give him some vigor so he can keep his dodge rolls going. Heal him up. You alright, bro? Look at him freaking out. I don't know whether we're going to make this. 6 out of 15? It's not good. How did NA do, I wonder? Oh, I can't really type though without this. How much college do you need to go for animation? Oh, dude, I don't know. See, there are some things you can learn on your own. Like, I honestly think people might not associate my channel with, you know, incredible editing finesse or whatever. But that's just my chosen production format, right? Like, I don't put crazy flashy effects on everything. However, that's not a good example because I do actually have formal education in editing, well, yes, in editing and in film and stuff. So it's not a really great one. I don't know. Anyway, look, as an adult, I've just naturally over time learned a load of stuff about editing and media production, basically, right? Like, in that, I'm actually qualified, reasonably so, to do stuff, and that's nothing to do with going to college or anything. And I have evidence of it. I have a portfolio of it in the way of the channel, for example, right? And the reason I mention this is, think about this. You've got these kids that go on, like, so there he's got loads less damage, and he's got a magnetic aura on him. He's going to be fine. But you think about, like, all these kids on YouTube who make animations. They just learned it in their own time. And now they're doing very well. Yeah, that's another point. Somebody just mentioned, like, the internet will teach you anything. It is funny. The internet is, like, very profound. And I think our education systems still aren't catching up to just how ridiculous it is. The entire idea of the way we educate people and prepare them for life and stuff, like, is so much less important now that you can just like, Google is such a ridiculous thing, okay? Like, it's this crazy shift in everything that's happened before everyone's eyes, and very few people recognize how powerful it is. You could learn anything you want. Just Google it. Who cares if you have a formal degree or something, right? Who cares if you've got it from someone in a lecture hall? Google it. Some of it might be very technical. Some of it might have very steep learning curves to battle through on the internet. But the internet has the information there for you. Google it. It's crazy. You could do whatever the balls you want. You really can. Tell me, what's the long plan of a 25-year-old person producing YouTube, Twitch content when she reaches 45? Well, I've always liked the idea of, if I could be successful at this and end up actually getting enough money to go to uni, it would be cool to go to uni to study something that, rather than because there's always two motivators with a job. Do you want a job for money, or do you want a job to enjoy it? I would like, if, you know, you could get into a financially secure position for the next X amount of years, then you could pursue something you're really interested in. Like, one of my main academic interests is biogerontology. And I would love to go to study that branch of science and biology. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, KC, welcome, dude. 7 months. If anybody else wants an escort, this isn't going to quite work. 12 out of 15. We just about missed it. Oh, NA got it. NA got it? Apparently they did get it. So when theirs ends, they should get it. I don't care that I didn't get personal reward. I'm okay with that. Can't you get a loan from the government in order to pay for your course? Yeah, but it's a loan. I have to pay it back. Another thing about me is I really don't like owing money. A loan isn't free money. It's still paying for it. Not only that, but I'm paying interest on it. Lol, again, no. Do you really think you can handle university studying at 40 as easy in the 20s? No way, man. You need too much willpower and, of course, time, money. I reckon time and money allowing, even a 40-year-old can succeed and excel at uni. Absolutely. I don't see the problem with that at all. And there's a big culture of people taking open university courses that do just that as mature students. I think that's a really foolish mindset you've got there. Like, really foolish. It's never too late to pursue something. I reckon even as a 50-year-old, if that's what gave you happiness, you could go for it. I refuse to believe your brain is just inherently, you know, just deteriorated at that point that you just shouldn't try. It's only because of our, you know, established norms in the Western world at the moment you don't see more mature students trying it out. And also, yeah, once you've got a kid and a family to look after and you're stuck on, you know, the ladder and you can't get off, then fine. Alright, we'll just assume that they've got that done. Let's do this bounty next, alright? Bounty, Breckerbeck. That'll be Harathi. Let's go this way. Jedi Space Cow says you only have to pay it back if you earn over 21k a year. Yeah, but what are you saying? You go to uni for free. Just box yourself into a life forever of never earning more than 21k a year. What? No. No. I'm not interested in that. To hell with kids. The world has too many kids. Damn straight. Yeah, good job at NA there. Proving you're better than EU. How many people are in TS? A lot of people have left TS, sadly, now. Seems like people don't want to beta test too much. Restless, have you got any useful information out of this stream at all? We didn't see any crazy problems. Overall, intelligences rise on average as far into our 50s because of experience and maturity. However, there's a drop in inherent intelligence. Yeah, your capacity to pick things up quickly undoubtedly diminishes as you get older. But I don't think that that should be something that stops people. That's kind of like one of those silly things where people cling to, yes, a fact, but not. People put more credence, more importance on the fact than it should actually have. Do you know what I mean? Using an excuse to box themselves into a certain lifestyle that they shouldn't. Oh, hold on, wait, what? It did fail? Yeah, you guys have to end it early. Oh. Alright, well, screw it. We're doing bounty now. Alright, there you go. The stupid crab run, man. Why does that appear as an easy opportunity? You're having a laugh if you think that's an easy opportunity. You also have to consider the information the schools teach you is obviously from the same pool of information. Since sciences keep improving and building, it grows. There's more and more information to know and handle, plus certain technological advancement seems to have made us less patient, and that's a bad combination. More is expected, and yet we're more easily burned out. Interesting. Any tips for someone learning Elementalist? Man, people ask me that all the time. I don't really have any tips. Try your utility skills, I would say. It makes me sad to hear about people who play Ellie who have never, for example, used Arcane Blast or something. Like, try your stuff out. Alright, Breckerbeck. Let's annihilate him. Resta says, I got some things. Don't have too much info on how many people actually tried it. I've only ever seen your icon, but I don't know if that's because you're the only one really using it. Well, we did have, what, like 11 people in TS? Now we only have 5? I'll just remind everyone, everybody watching the stream right now, you can win Black Lion Trading Company skins and, you know, stuff in the value of hundreds of gold very easily by checking out, if Restless posts the link in chat, and coming in TS while you do guild missions with us. Rexology TV said, hey, WP, I've been watching you for a while. This is your first stream. Well, welcome, dude. It's not the most amazing one. We're just chatting about random bollocks, basically, while we're doing guild stuff, but it's nice to see you. Alright, Yanoka the Rat Wrangler, Fields of Ruin. Where does he appear in Fields of Ruin, though? I don't actually know. Let's check this out, shall we? I'm going to make sure my video as well is actually running and actually has audio and is actually okay. Okay, yeah, it is up. Our video just went up. Cool. Okay, Rat Wrangler. Yeah, check out the links, guys. Seriously, in chat. For Ellies, you just want to know your combos. I don't believe there are too many combos. I believe the highest skill cap, most combo-based Ellie that exists is a Burst Scepter Focus Ellie. And it has no place in the game, so there's no need to talk about it. No particularly prominent place in the game. The alliteration. Rat Wrangler. Alright, his patrol. Oh my god, he just has potential spawn locations. What? The whole NA and E thing is still dumb because not like anyone in NA had permission to end the mission once it reached 15 here. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry about that, guys. I really am. That's really lame. I still want to play with multicam stuff where I log into 2 Guild Wars 2 accounts at once while we stream and we can swap through and stuff. Well, you got to know how to blast your fields. Okay, but I don't think that's an elementalist thing. I think that's just Guild Wars 2, and on any class, surely you should know what things are blast and which things are fields, right? I mean, really, it's so basic, some of the stuff. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Staff, use the 2, then swap to fire, and you can get the blast. You know, that's the kind of thing you learn while leveling. Will I be streaming my attempts at the raid wings with 0 to hero character, or will that be off stream because of timing? I don't know. I don't know. I've got no idea. 0 to hero is going so slowly at the moment. Christ knows when we'll actually get to the wing. Jesus. People were asking me if I was going to do wing 2 with it, and now it's like, oh, am I even going to do wing 3? Someone said he got Kamali. Alright. What's this? Being an engineer with master's, PhD, teaching at university, I can tell you from my experience that most 30+ people joining courses have a large dropout due to fatigue. Life matters mostly the need for proper work-time balance. So many over-optimistic people trying to take up physics, math, business, marketing have absolutely no educational background and good proper knowledge. Failing hard and crushing their dreams. That's really interesting. You know, when you describe it like that, I can absolutely see what you mean. That's really, really interesting. Maybe that's a little bit of much-needed balance to my opinions there about joining uni as a mature student. I think perhaps then, it's not that people can't do it. It's just you need a fairly extraordinary circumstance. Oh, do you know what I should have done there? I should have ran the cleansing water. So each of my shouts. We probably still can. Hold on. I doubt the fight's going to end so fast that it's not smart to do immediately. There you go. So now, whenever I shout, I apply regen, and then the regen cleanses people. It's a great little combo. Keeps everyone nice and clean of all the fire. Don't dodge away from the heals. Why? See? And they can stay up. Now we don't die. Wonderful. But yeah, you'd need like an extraordinary circumstance where you have no family, you have no like work that you're doing truly and so on. And yeah, there's definitely that thing, you know, like mum and dad don't know how to help the son do his math homework anymore, you know, because it's just been too long. I mean, hell, I'm already in that position. I couldn't answer some of the most basic, you know, high school level maths problems. I couldn't do it anymore. I don't need that stuff. Alright. So that's him dead. Who else we got? This is a medium opportunity. So we still need the rat wrangler. So everyone just spam around. And just rat wrangle the hell out of it. Hey WP, if I tried to go for the Hall of Monuments now as a new player in Guild Wars 1, would it take ages or something I could be over within like a week? The best person to ask that is that I've got a friend in my guild who did it very, very, very recently. Where is the suspicious rat? It's really cool that you can put your own custom item on icon on who's talking now. It's really cool. I think it's still very much viable, and I think that you'd have a lot of fun in there when you get to appreciate the game for what it is. It truly is a very unique game, and I think it's got a lot of qualities to it. And I think if you've got at least one friend to go through it with, then you can have a lot of fun. Your main problem is going to be like with minis and stuff, but if you have the right contacts, there's a lot of dead accounts out there with loads of spare minis and stuff, and you'll be okay. But it's a lot of playtime. I mean, if you're a bit burned on Guild Wars 2 at the moment, you want to ease it out, go for Guild Wars 1 a bit more. Someone says, I've kicked like 10 rats, no bounty just yet. Okay. Well, let me look at... See, this is kind of frustrating because I want to look at Twitch chat, but I can't. And also find all of the Brat Wranglers locations. It looks like most of them are around the Ogre place in the center of the map. Okay, we'll head there. Do you have advice for a player that wants to be good at playing Mesmer? They just seem so lovely. Well, I just the other day started learning Mesmer. Oh, suspicious rat and it just ran off. Nothing crazy there. It depends on the build you're playing, but I think there can be quite a high skill cap to Mesmer. Mesmer is probably one of the best classes, especially to get to grips with how shatters and stuff work. Really just take your time at practice dummies and stuff and get used to it. Oh. Oh, once again, Overwolf has DC'd me out here. Ow, Christ, that friggin' rat man. May I get an invite to the Spud Club? You may indeed. Actually, no, I can't invite you if you've got 5 things already. I had brilliant students, motivated 30+ minds, people older than me studying computer science. To see them trip over relationships, job timetables, kids, and most of all, having all the heart and passion but no infrastructure knowledge. You simply cannot become a dev if you can't grasp maths. That's the simple truth, as is everything. Higher education has harsh prerequisites. Man, those are the dropout stories that are interesting, right? Because you know when someone goes as a mature student, unless they really don't have their life together, they've got a serious desire to do well. Someone said they got him in Evanhawk. Oh yeah, and lots of dying people. Okay, cool. You know, they've got a real desire to do well, and then to hear that someone can fail like that. Is this a bunch more Condi on this one? It is, right? Winter Potatoes here to save the day. I will heal you all. I will cleanse you all. I wish I had Feel the Burn on and Rebound. There we go. That's the bounty done, right? There we go. Nice, guys. Good job. All right, excellent. More favor. Another bounty. We got Tisa. Bookworm Bwiki. I'll start looking for Bwiki, I guess. Sorry if you've been asked this a million times, but do you have thoughts on what I want to share about Black Desert? Not that Guild Wars 2 and BDO are similar, but they have the best graphics of any MMO. Black Desert has been long in the corners of my mind, and I would love to have the time to play it. But unfortunately, as with so many other games, I've sort of just let it pass me by. I don't know. It looks very good, and yes, it's very different to Guild Wars 2. But I quite like the places that it's different to Guild Wars 2. For someone that's been in this franchise for so long, I find a lot of their ideas in Black Desert to be very fresh and to appeal to me. Even if they are more traditional in terms of, you know, general MMOs. I like it a lot. I really like what I've seen of it. Of course, I've not played it, though, so I'm not the best person to ask for an opinion. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people find that. They get jaded with Wooden Potatoes because they're like, oh, Wooden Potatoes seems really reasonable about Guild Wars 2. I wonder what he thinks of other MMOs. I wonder if he's ever going to do other MMOs. I wonder, yeah, and I always just don't. Right? There we go. Just looking at Bookworm Bwiki's path here, guys. I think I vaguely get. Yeah, somebody just asked in map chat as well. Oh, they already found Poobadoo. Let's go there. Let's try it, dude. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yeah, I would like to. I would like to try Black Desert. As soon as I'm done with Final Fantasy X-2, my schedule gets freed up an awful lot. You know, every little video I do of FF10-2 at the moment comes with about 3 hours worth of prerequisite grind. And an hour or so of, like, researching and making sure I know what's coming up and have actual information to give people. Like, it's a lot of work. Not to mention the fact that there's still, you know, it's going to end up at about a 70 to 80 episode video long series. And every one video I do of that is in the 40 minutes to hour long range. Right? Like, it takes a lot of time. But once that's done, Tomb Raider's the series after, which will be over so much faster and it's so much easier to do, to produce. And then, yeah, I've got this crazy thing called freedom. It's just a shame that I didn't have the freedom, you know, now, I guess, or a couple of months ago. So I could have properly looked at Blade and Soul and Black Desert. But I'm just one guy. I can't do it all at once. I just recently played in the Heart of Thorns maps, and they were great. The story is good too, I believe. It was a good expansion, do you think? Yes, I think it was a great expansion, price-wise. I think it fell on its face in many places. I think it deserved to be bigger than it was. But still, I think it was a great expansion. Black Desert Online had massive pay-to-win problems with outfits that carry decently impactful stats on them sold in the... Oh, really? And that high-end gear, which makes a miss of impact, is on a 0.2% RNG chance. It shouldn't surprise me, right? It shouldn't surprise me. It's a Korean MMO. Alright, well that sucks to hear. But dear God, the combat's satisfying. This sucks, man. Why can't anyone make my perfect game? Somebody cater exactly to me. I have money to give. Do I regret doing FFX2? It's an interesting question. I personally have had fun with it. I personally am proud of it. I'm going to look back on it and not regret it, I think. I regret its timing. I don't know. It's difficult. There's pros and cons to it. It's been for the effort it takes, it's been the most unrewarding series I've ever done in my life. In the history of Wooden Potatoes, it has been the least viewed, most unrewarding, least appreciated slash like, you know, worth it series I've ever done for the amount of work and the amount of quantity that's there. But I am proud of myself for going through with it, for sticking with it, for keeping my promises, for, you know, doing what I said I'd do. And so in that sense, I don't regret it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Did they already kill Poopy-Doo? Should I just ignore this? This is crazy. Big my armor? Wanted for theft, attempted murder, and incorrect filing of patent form 1221D. Recently cited by a Codon patrol entering Dredgefield Caverns. Where is Tisa then? I hate these huge... Devious... Tisa, there we go. Oh, Snowden, okay. Alright, and her patrol doesn't seem so crazy. I don't know, that's not Snowden, that's Frostgorge. Alright, fine. Looks like people are already spread out looking for her in Frostgorge. Someone's already down here. I'll check this patrol over here then. We'll see how that goes. The most pay-to-win shop item is the outfit that hides your nameplate, but even then I wouldn't consider it pay-to-win. Wait, what game is that? Is that Blade and Soul? I love this area. Look how crisp the snow looks. Oh my God, it's amazing. Right, so we want to follow this road this way, right? Oh, found bookworm. Okay, alright. WP, you seem to have a little calmer voice when you did the Guild Wars Let's Play. Is there a reason for it? The early episodes, nerves, I guess. But my accent's just changed, I guess, over the past couple of years. I did a whole talk on this on a stream before. About how I always felt like I sounded boring and I sounded bored. So I always had like a slight subtle nag in the back of my brain to try and sound more enthused. And without realizing it, my voice slowly changed, I guess. Which sounds crazy. Listen to my previous talk on a previous stream about it. It'll make more sense. Alright, cool. That's Brookie done, and that ensures we get a bit of personal credit. Back up to Frostgorge, I guess. We're all doing great, guys. I think we've all done really, really well on the missions today. Will I be replaying Guild Wars 1 again and play solo like my older videos? No. No. Why on earth would I do that? Dude, that was difficult. Okay? That was not easy. That was another huge time sink. And I'm proud of what I did. And yeah, it's got problems. The first series is 4:3 aspect ratio. It's all pretty crappy microphone quality. Yeah, if I could change things, there would be things I'd pick at. But you got to let some things lie, right? And even with all of that stuff, I'm proud of it and I love it. And I wouldn't change that. No, absolutely not. What a waste of time that would be. It could be confidence. The one thing that was always on my mind when I first started doing videos was I always was worried my voice sounded too high-pitched. I don't know. I feel like that's just like a guy thing maybe. Or maybe that was just with me. But like when you go through puberty, right, like it's like, oh God, whose voice is breaking first? Who, whatever. And it's always a gradual thing. You never notice, right? So I was always worried. And that kind of persisted with me for a long time. Like, I was always like, oh God, I think I sound really high-pitched, and I think I sound really weird, and I think I probably sound like a nerd. And, you know, you'd be concerned about it. So there might have been a bit more, you know, being focused on that while I recorded, while I was nervous when I first started out. Maybe I was countering it to some extent. You get what I mean? Just like, oh, hey, everyone. Welcome to Prophecies. You know, you keep it as low as you can, just so that people don't realize how high pitched you squeal when you're excited. I love your Let's Plays too because it shows you really like your franchise and you were commenting on your surroundings. I liked it. Thank you. I do try to do stuff I'm genuinely passionate about and genuinely enthusiastic about. I don't. Some people might think I look fake in various regards, but I really don't want to be that, right? Like, the reason I did X2 was not because of the expectation of crazy views or accolades or whatever. It's because I really enjoyed the game and I really want to show people the crazy depth that's there. That's about as far as it goes. That's why I did Prophecies and looked at the story. That's why I do anything I've done. I'm just kind of waiting right now for someone to ping something. I've got no idea where this mob could be. You hear your own voice is deeper because it's through your own bones. Yeah, there's a thing about that, yeah. I have cleared a guild slot for the Spud Club. Sure, just ask me for an invite and I will send it. There you go. We're just gonna run around these pretty areas. People always hate their own voice. Owning your voice works better. I don't hate my voice, but if I could make it deeper these days, I would. I can categorically know for a fact that the first 3 years of my time on YouTube versus the second 3 years of my time on YouTube, I got a lot more compliments on my voice and people liking my voice and saying that they love my accent and blah, blah, blah. I got a lot more of that in the first 3 years than I did on the second 3 years. So if I could choose to pick one, I'd pick the first. Simple as that. Might sound vain, might sound stupid, but hey, every little counts when you're trying to build an audience. Alright, somebody pinged something. Cly's outpost. If you cup your hands behind your ears and then speak, apparently this is how you sound to other people. Oh, but that removes all the bass and the timbre, and that sounds crazy. Do I like living in the UK? Absolutely. I love the way that the UK does things. Not everything, but I'm a pretty proud resident. I wouldn't say I'm a patriotic man or an unnecessarily one, but I like my time here. I'm proud of what this country made me as a human being. I've always had clean water and fast internet and a roof over my head and electricity pumped into my house. What's not to like? The weather, alright, but I spent most of my time indoors, so there you go. Part the state of public transport, but I spent most of my time indoors. I feel like you're getting bored of Guild Wars 2, so I proudly introduce you to BDO, the best MMORPG by far. Thank you for deciphering my boredom for me. I appreciate that, Doc. Christ. Southsund's been really annoying to move around. By the time we get up there, it's probably already going to be dead. Plus, the UK is the best multicultural place in the world. That may be true. This is going to sound racist, but I don't particularly value multiculturalism. I have no strong opinions on it either way. I'm not against it. I'm not, you know, I don't particularly think that multiculturalism affects my life too much. I feel like me saying, this is going to sound racist is the only thing that made that sound racist now. Nice. We're getting okay damage on this guy, considering we're a goddamn heal build. Mind you, aren't I 50% Zerk? What? Oh, no, I went full heal for the eventual Matthias kill. There's a little sneak peek of Matthias, by the way. So, why is this flashing? This is the only thing. Like, I see Restless using Who's Talking. Oh, we got a lot more people in TS right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 again. I have to say, some of my favourite work of yours is build videos. Build videos are okay, but I also find that if you want to do a lot of them, you just end up saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I've always had big problems with doing that. Or worries about doing that. Big my armor. Okay, so this voracious Hylek is wanted for questioning around a recent poisoning. Target is thought to have taken refuge in the canopy of Sparkfly Fen. We need to go press F on lots of trees in Sparkfly, guys. Let's do it. This is pretty fun, WP. I had a dream because of the whole potato and the fact you don't show your face. So in my dream, you was a mulatto and had curly hair. This is a true story. Wow. Luscious curly hair? Interesting. Yeah, Black Desert Online came out 2 weeks ago. That's why I get a phenomenal amount of messages about it now. Yeah, screw it. Alright, guys. Daily Black Desert Online videos. Alright. Starting right now. We're gonna do our first one at the start of this stream. So, this is me making a new character. I'm gonna play an orc. Are orcs characters in that game? Very pretty. By the way, WP, I wanted to ask, don't you think it's a problem that the most profitable way to make gold in Guild Wars 2 is pressing F? And it's taken away from other content, fun parts of the game like dungeons. Are you talking about Silver Waste? Yeah, Silver Waste has always been a problem. Dungeons aren't particularly hard though. I think the most profitable places to earn cash should be fractals and raids. I think second, the rung below that should be world bosses, open world easy events, PvP and world versus world. And I think rungs below that should be stuff like personal story, living worlds, stories and stuff like that. EU found my armor on Spud PJ Salts. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's near us. Okay. That would be my list. That would be my tier list for what should earn money. You get a reasonable amount of gold free raids. But yeah, I believe dungeons are a notch down. Dungeons... When dungeons were the only thing, I don't believe they should have been viewed as equivalent reward-wise to world bosses. But now that raids and fractals... a fully supported fractal system is what I'm talking about. In a world where we have that, I believe fractals and raids should come on top. Dungeons should be one step lower, along with silver wastes and world bosses. Yeah, I'm well aware that current fractals are not hard. I'm well aware. I'm living in world idealistic right now. This is crazy. We have the choice to exhaust as many cooldowns as we like. On both above and below ground. I currently am fighting with 40 weapon skills in essence. Oh, we're talking about kebab? The only thing that's better with American than Europe is Chipotle. I've never had that. But yeah, they don't get like doner kebab vans and stuff, so screw that, man. Besides, I don't mean to be mean to any Americans, but the amount of... I find myself as a browser of Reddit this past year. I find myself very closely following the current presidential elections and all that stuff that's going on in the US. And... being so close to it and having followed it so closely, it has honestly made me question a lot about that country. And it has not given me a particularly good view for the way things are done in the US. So, I've become far less I've become far more not patriotic. Whatever. I view UK in a much better light compared to the US now than I ever have before, just because of, you know, looking a little bit more closely at how things are run. There are just a lot of fundamental, very basic things that I see about America that I'm just like, how is this a thing? Anyway, we're not getting into that. That's because America is a shit show, dude. Jesus Christ. You know, people say that the UK, one of our greatest qualities is our self-deprecation. All right, a puzzle. This is a nice thing to end on. Proxemics Lab. Let's go. Let's go to the Proxemics Lab, guys. But honestly, I see a lot of that from people from the States as well. The US is in many ways very self-deprecating, or at least the current generation, or the current younger generations, the people that from the US that I interact with most online, I guess, are very self-deprecating. Not the kind of boastful, boisterous, big-headed, arrogant, gun-wielding, middle-aged men that people tend to paint people in the US as being. It is because of Trump is running. Actually, it's got nothing to do with Trump running. Well, it's got a little to do with Trump running. Wooden Potato says American election, and you all think of Trump, so he's doing all right. How do I know if who's talking is working? Well, when you come hang out with us in this puzzle, this is going to be a great time. Someone should say something in TS. We currently have 11 people in TS, and all of them are muted, except one guy. One poor dude. Okay, so either you talk in TS, or go into your options and set your position. You go send position as I am here, and select that to send it always, like me and Restless are. So my Elementalist icon is always there, and Restless's icon is always there. It's just blinking on and off for some odd reason. When getting drunk, nothing beats kebab at 4 AM. My man, he knows what we're talking about. Krail, hell yes. Hit up that kebab van when you're drunk, when you're stumbling home after you've been out. That is the life. Alright? Nothing compares. And then maybe you get like a big mix, right? You get a chicken and lamb doner meat mix kebab. And maybe drunk you does you a solid and leaves a bit, and it's like refrigerated, and like the mayo's on it still for the next morning, and you, oh my god, the best. That's the life. Yeah, garlic mayo on that kebab. You're damn right. Oh my god, these people know what's going on. You'd pay money to have a drunk WP stream. Well, the drunk WP stream, what, while I eat a big like mixed doner kebab. I like some cheesy chips on the side, and I'm just like, oh, guys. Oh, there you go. Look, someone else is using it. Yes, the Revenant. Nice. Oh, and this guy's talking. Django's talking. Zap. Yeah. It's actually working in real time. That's badass. Oh, Restless, this is what you came to the stream for. This is why you're not sleeping. Here you are. It's working. That's right, guys. Test it during the puzzles. Put your pants back on, please. This is a family stream. Dude. Alright, we'll start the puzzle in just a second. I just got to show you guys something. Alright, a break. A quick break, alright? This is, I'm going to talk you through Wooden Potatoes, which is a good kebab, and which is like a stupid restaurant-y pumped up one, alright? Which is the true greasy goodness that you'd get from the van after you're out drunk. That's stupid and pumped up and dumb. Stupid and pumped up and dumb. Looks alright though, actually. What you want is like some, you know, some like Mediterranean dude in a van who's got this spinning around, and he gets like a machete or something. Actually, that's illegal. They don't get to do that anymore. But you know, has got like some nice knife, or they usually use like electric ones now. And he slides it all the way down and cuts like a really nice slice off. That's chicken, that one. Yeah, it's just like this, right? And you want him to cook it long enough that it gets a bit crispy. Usually when they're really busy, then they'll be cutting it off too quickly and it doesn't quite get crispy enough, right? But you want it just crispy enough. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna slap that in a little box like this. This is it here. Yeah. They're going to slap it in a little box like this. I don't know about these tubs. I don't usually get those. They're going to throw some pitta in there. And you're going to have this monstrosity right here. And you're going to go to town on that. And it's going to be greasy and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to get them to slap a bunch of mayo over it. All garlic mayo. And usually they're really liberal as well with like the lettuce and the onion and the tomato. That's what I get with mine. No cucumber, no thanks. Yeah, this is it. You got like the mayo slabbed all over it. There you go. Yeah. So this is a bit of chicken. This is the stuff. You can see it's in the exact same kind of pot, alright? This is the drunk food of kings, okay? This is, if gaining weight wasn't a thing, this is what I would have every night. Oh yeah. And what we have in the UK, for my American friends, is we have vans that just, during the day they're not there, but at night, and specifically around the hours where people get drunk out of clubs and stuff, these vans just drive up and just park, open a hatch on the side, and you can just walk up to it and you can buy this stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff right there, guys. There you go. I hope you're all as hungry as I am now. I'm Greek. This is the stuff. Done with Guild Wars 2, now a British food channel. Hell yeah, cooking with wooden potatoes. Screw Healthy Gamer. I always told Matt that if he did a lot of Healthy Gamer, I would do a counter show, which is like Unhealthy Gamer. Just because it's well established that Matt like used to be very overweight and ended up losing it all and did very impressively. And I, on the other hand, have been fairly healthy and fairly skinny my whole life. But since starting YouTube, all I do is sit about and gain weight. And eat like crap, and you know, like we've got this cool like counterbalance to each other, where he's been slowly losing, I've been slowly gaining, but I'm living like a king, and my show is where it's at. Let me just tell you. You never really see Bab vans in Scotland. What? We see so many around here. There's like 4 in walking distance of my house at any point. 4, no lie. In Sweden, we have it with fries too, without the bread. Interesting. Well, yeah, we get chips with ours. You can get cheesy chips. Usually, they do pretty good burgers as well. Usually. Oh, look at that MLG immediate battery play there. Keep talking on Who's Talking, guys. And don't forget to tell Restless what you think about it. Get the bugs kinked out. There you go. Look, Mesmer's talking right now. This guy's talking. This is cool. The only thing that sucks is that it's so, like, jittery and it's blinking on and off. Hopefully that's not an unfair critique of the software. Like, it would be amazing if it was like, you know, the commander tag. Alright. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'll talk more to Twitch chat in a second. We are going to end the stream after this is over, but I'm going to proc the other guild missions as well anyway, just to give us that maximum amount of favor. WP for lunch while it's 9:30 PM over here. I wasn't joking. If I upped my Patreon to pay for the beer and Babs, would you do a drunk stream? Oh, I don't know. Probably not. As much as I'd love to squeeze money out of you, Axe, probably not. It would be interesting at some point, though. I would probably do like a co-commentated drunk stream. More likely. And despite what I said, I am trying to eat a bit more healthy recently, so I probably wouldn't feel too good about, especially like beer. Like, beer is so carby and calorie full. Maybe I'll just get drunk on, like, clean liquors, right? What do I like to drink on a night out? Whatever's cheap, to be honest. Highest percent alcohol for lowest price. Oh, is this guy not making it? He's stuck. Sorry, Gwen. Oh, that person didn't make it. Yes, God, yes, says Killchain. Let's duo stream, drunk stream. My God. That would be pretty cool, dude. We don't have to stream it, though, Casey. We could just get drunk together and play the game anyway. Never let your guard down on your food when people have been smoking weed. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those munchies. Alright, we ready? Do I have to press a button to trigger this? I do, don't I? But where is it? I love the FPS I get now that these are in their own little instances. Alright, off we go. Okay, mower. I wonder what the most efficient way of doing this is. Pig. Oh, no, I did that wrong. Alright, ghost was opposite ghost. That's fine. Deer. Deer is needed. There, it's there. And then we go over here. No! Misty Zephyrite! Ruined. It's fine, look. Boom. Look at that speed. Some incredible speed right there. We actually failed this on one of our streams as well, actually, which was quite embarrassing. I mean, embarrassing? Wait, what? Okay. Let's be a little kitty cat. Or a biggie cat. Why does it show a kitty cat when you're clearly such a huge, threatening, monstrous lynx? Etin. Speaking of all this, like, Black Desert Online and other games, actually, to tell you the truth, the game I really want to play at the moment is Witcher 3. And Witcher 3 has an expansion coming out very soon. Not that it'd be anything to do with YouTube, just me as a person. I'd love to play Witcher 3. Apparently, Rom does good drunk streams, does he? I've never really watched Rom's streams. I feel bad for that. Alright, through we go, guys. I feel really bad for that person getting locked out. Yeah, is anybody on NA using Who's Talking? That's an interesting point. Let everyone get through the door before we do anything. Look how pretty this is, man. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I should record something from this. I don't know. I might be alright, actually. Never mind. I'm actually in the middle of doing a Beauty of Tyria video where I want to capture as many areas of the game that were not there at launch. And this is totally on the list. But the puzzles are really hard to get access to, generally speaking, so. Alright. Off we go. Get as many orbs as possible, guys. The Condi Cleanse variant of this build is going to be really nice here because of these stupid kill flaws that cripple and damage you constantly. Right, it looks like there's one all the way over there. Is this the wall we want to break, this one here? It's going to take me a long time to get through it if it is. We'll see. Good luck with the beta testing. It's 3:35 here. I've got to go have fun. See you on another stream. Thank you, CJ Crew. Listen, if you did beta test with us, make sure you submit that thing. Otherwise, you might not get your prize. I really appreciate everyone who's been doing it with us, by the way, so far. Yeah, this is the wall. This one. Oh, God. Look at where combat mode put that friggin' FGS. That's funny. Alright. Let's get out of here. Diet Coke is poison, though. What the hell? Mayo, if you restarted after installing it, then you should get the circular small menu. Yeah, press Control Tab, and it will show up. I studied in Edinburgh. Turkish kebab was my only friend at St. Patrick's Day. My resolution after 8 pints of cold Guinness. Jesus Christ. I miss those days. I really am not somebody who goes out and drinks that much or gets... you know, the kebab van. Thing is, for me as well, you know, when you're like a broke-ass student, but you go out for the night, maybe you don't want to... I typically never really got cabs home, because I live quite close to the town centre. Maybe a half an hour walk away. So what you'd do is you'd walk home, and you'd always walk past a kebab van. There is literally not a route I could have walked home that wouldn't have taken me past a kebab van, unless I did a huge U-bend way out of my range. And why would you do that? So there's always a moment as you're walking home. Now, different bab vans had different, you know, stuff and were either better or worse for whatever reason. But still, you'd always pass one. In fact, right now, obviously, it's a late night stream. It's 1:30 on a Monday. I could probably go get one in like 20 minutes. Right now. Well, I actually couldn't because I don't have any cash and I'm not going to go to a cash point. And they don't take cards. It's like one of the only places I'd actually have to actually get cash. Alright, is this the one we want? We want to break this? And then this? How did we just blink through that? That was weird. And then this one. Oh, no, that one there. We're cleaving it through the wall. There we go. Yoink. Hero. What is this? Coke causes bowel cancer. Guys, chill. Sugar is poison. We're all gonna die. Oh dear. Apparently there's one at the beginning we still need. However, is this my third or is this my second? There's Diet Coke with stevia in it in the US. Stevia is like a sugar substitute, isn't it? So far, this is pretty good. We've got a Rev, a Mesmer, Restless, and me as an Ellie. We're all permanently transmitting. And I think whenever I've seen people talking, it has changed the icon. And from looking across on my second monitor at TS to see who's speaking and whether it's in perfect timing, it has been. I think this has been largely a success, Restless. I don't know what's broken, if anything. Let's climb up and see what we got. I love the look of these rocks right now. I love the way that the sharpening on this Sweet Effects preset is, or Reshade preset is. Improved them. Right, where have we got? Oh, someone's already carrying it. There you go. Alright, let's get out of here. This is such a cool place. Honestly, ArenaNet could really learn from this and use this in a lot more places of the game. I wouldn't be angry to see this used 2 or 3 times more in different capacities. Open world, world boss style area. Like, think about this. You know how only after the fire elemental dies do people typically go down and kill that steam minotaur? Think of that. Another world boss added to the game somewhere, and by killing him, it gives the entire Zerg access to a giant maze like this, where people will go and do... That's a cool idea. Accept credit. I wonder if NA is going to need this to be popped again. We'll have to see. There we go. There's our personal credit comes in. I'm going to re-trigger it straight away, just in case the NA people need it. And there you go, guys. That's pretty good. The only thing we don't have is this race, which was in South Sun, which we were 2 people away from. And it sucks we never got it. But hey, life sucks sometimes. Where is this? I just discovered you're streaming live and I have no idea what's going on. This is in Metrica Province as a guild mission. If you've never really played with a guild, then that's kind of what you're missing out on. Our views are fluctuating quite a lot today. Isn't that basically Vinewrath? Good point. I wasn't thinking of Vinewrath, and I think you may have something to say there, but I do think Vinewrath's very different to this. Like, Vinewrath's more of a, like, fend for yourself, Pac-Man-y kind of simulator. It doesn't have that... What I specifically really like about this is when someone's actually carrying one of the items out of the maze, it creates the big beacon that everyone could see elsewhere. And I love the idea of some players standing up on the platforms to help other people see. This is much more of a real maze than Vinewrath. It could just be added under the golem. Wait, what could be? What? A giant maze? And instead of traps, electric fields? Oh, they could put it in so many places. Yes, the FPS counter is a part of Overwolf, and you don't have to worry about that. You can turn it off in the options. Lay off the veggies too, boys. Too many pesticides. Yeah. You shouldn't see the sun either. The sun gives you cancer. Something like 1 in every... It's like 2 out of every 3 people in Australia end up getting skin cancer or something. It's crazy. It's terrifying, actually. After a certain age. I know that statistic I just gave you sounds completely moronic. It's so high, but I think it's true. It's one of those really outlandish things. Be careful when being alive. No dead people get cancer. Dude, if I could transfer my brain into a robot, I would do it. If I can make my brain just a hard drive, upgrade myself, Ultron style, hell yeah. Oh, if you guys are up for something really interesting, if you didn't see, there was, what's the game? Basically, Google made an AI that competed against the grandmaster of a game. I can't remember what it's called. It's a game where you get a big grid. It's like a 16 by 16 grid or something. And there's stones you put on it, black and white stones. And it's a really interesting game. And Google built an AI, DeepMind, that played the world's best player at it, and it beat that player 3 times in a row. But then the player beat the computer, and it's been really interesting. Go. It's just called Go, is it? AlphaGo. Really cool. I found myself watching that while I was doing X2 grind the other day. I just had it on in the background. It was so interesting listening to the commentators. Really crazy stuff. Oh, he wasn't the world's best, apparently. But still, it was really cool to see that he had a chance and he actually managed to get back at it. Yeah, and they want to make one for StarCraft. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, guys, before we get too bored here and we wind down too much, that is the end of the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been with us since the start, there is actually a Guild Wars 2 video out right now on the raid. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but even if you're not planning on raiding, it's probably a good watch just so that you can get used to the encounter and sort of feel like, live vicariously through me, I suppose. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed your time today. I will see you for another stream on Friday. Hope you got some valuable information out of this Restless. And don't forget to submit your reports, guys, for your free items. I'll see you next time.